The escape from Tarkov wipe is right around the corner, and if there's one thing a lot of newer players struggle with, it's scav boss encounters, especially when you're stuck with only this level 1 kit from the traders on wipe day. So, in this episode, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I would fight Tagilla using terrible ammo, a terrible gun, and terrible armor. Hopefully this will increase your survivability as you're doing your early tasks like Postman Pat and Delivery from the Past. Without further ado, let's jump into the analysis. Alright, in this clip, I was able to use audio cues to narrow down exactly where Tagilla was. I could hear him breathing heavily into his face mask in the wooden room. An important note when Tagilla is in your raid, the normal AI scavs will behave a lot more aggressively. So that is something important to keep in mind, is that if you're getting scavs repeatedly sprint towards you, that's a sign that Tagilla is in the raid. That is a perfect display of how Tagilla lays ambushes for the PMC. However, one thing about AI is that they do not cross barbed wire. So that is the only reason why I'm still alive right now. So I actually hear him healing. For another one. What the hell? There we go. That's Tagilla. That is what I would consider a normal Tagilla fight. You encounter him, you don't quite kill him the first time, you run around a little bit, and then you eventually do get him. I have one more clip that is a similar scenario, and then I have a few more special cases with Tagilla, so stick around to the end, you don't want to miss any of this. Notice how I'm darting between the covers so that he never has enough line of sight to put shots on me, and also notice how I'm staying just far enough away from the corners, I'm not actually swinging and peeking him, that he can't quite pull his hammer out. He's always stuck in this limbo of, oh, do I shoot or oh, do I pull my hammer out, that he doesn't actually have the chance to kill me. As you can see in this clip, the best practice for fighting Tagilla in these type of engagements is keeping a moderate amount of distance. You don't want to be so far away that his Raider AI can immediately headshot you, but you also don't want to be so close that you're within range of his hammer. Whenever Tagilla pulls out his hammer, he gets a bit of a speed boost. You don't want to be within 10 meters of Tagilla, but you also don't want to be across the map from him. So, I'm taking these peaks at around 15 meters or so, I'm laying a couple rounds down, and then I'm retreating to cover. You'll notice that Tagilla does not get affected from having blacked out legs. I'm shooting him in the legs multiple times, he keeps sprinting. That's okay, we just can't overstay our welcome, or depend on killing him with each swing. Fighting Tagilla is not like fighting a PMC. When you're fighting a PMC, you can just swing out into the hallway and keep holding down left click and he will die. When you're fighting Tagilla, it's a bit more of a game of cat and mouse when you have these low level ammos, so it is very important to just not die. He's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. If you could just keep staying alive, you will eventually kill him. Eventually his AI will make a mistake and you can gun him down. Speaking of him not being the brightest, as you'll see in the next few clips, often you'll find as you're sprinting around in circles around Tagilla, sometimes he will just completely break and get stuck on something. One final concept about Tagilla I have to share with you is that he will often heal. He's just like Sanitar, where whenever he gets lit up, he will run away to try to heal and save himself. You can use this to your advantage. In circumstances like this where I just shot him a bunch of times, he's going to prioritize running away over killing me. This gives me the opportunity to do two things. One, I get to reload my gun, and two, I get to reorient myself towards Tagilla. In this instance, I see that he ran down the tunnels, so I'm able to slowly make my way into the tunnels. Once I hear his Salewa open up and he's healing himself, I take that opportunity to push him, and the only thing he can do is stare at me. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I truly hope that this video will help you next wipe as you're doing your early factory tasks. We're about to reach 100 subscribers. We probably already got there by the time you see this, so please let me know in the comments, what should we do to celebrate? It's a small milestone, but it's an important one. So I want to involve the community here. You guys are my 100 subscribers, so what do you want to see? Thanks for stopping by to hang out with me today. I'll catch y'all back here tomorrow.